and gentlemen, Girish Permani, come fly with me.
Last week, I was flying back to Barcelona, and the most exciting flight safety announcement came up. Welcome on board to Flight 747. Please tighten your seatbelt. There are 10 emergency exits in this flight. In case of emergency, please use the oxygen mask. How many of you have heard this so many times and thought, now, oh my God, give me that knife, I want to slit my breast open. I mean, some of you are probably not as dramatic as me, but imagine the same announcement, something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your good-looking flight attendant. Welcome on board. If you cannot find your seatbelt, you might be sitting on it. If you're traveling with children today, we are very sorry. If there's anything we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please tell us after we land in Barcelona. Do I need to even ask, which one do you like better? I hope the second one. But what's the difference between these two? Anyone? Humor. Yeah, you got it. So, humor. And I like to make my speeches funny. I like to give humorous speeches. Mostly because I don't have anything useful to say. But a speech without humor is like a curry without spice for me. It doesn't go. So today, I want to share with you some useful tips, some easy tips as to how you could imbibe more humor into your speeches. So are we ready?
Yes.
Great. So I want to give you this travel kit like the one you get in a flight. Let's call this the humor kit. The first thing in this humor kit is, it's actually not here. The first thing is punchlines. If you want to write a good speech, if you want to make your audience laugh, I would recommend to start early. Make your audience laugh in the first 30 seconds so that you set the stage right. Punchlines are supposed to be short and have a big impact. For example, people ask me, have you always been this funny? I say, no, I used to be an accountant before. Or someone like Edith, she's not here, but Edith could say, for 20 years, me and my husband Wolfgang were very happy. And then we met. It's called a punchline because you laugh for 5 seconds and you think about it for 5 minutes. That's a good punchline. Punchlines are very effective. Now, you could ask, yeah, but where do I find them? Punchlines, you can find them. You would have heard of something called Google. There's a lot of punchlines there, you could find something there. My personal favorite is your own personal experience, your personal stories. How many of you write a journal on a day-to-day basis? Few of you. I like to write things down. If there's anything funny happening, I write them down. And then I think, how can I bring them to my speeches? I mean, for me, everything is funny, as long as it's not happening to me. The second thing in the humor kit is a prop itself. Props help you enhance your speech. And not just a boring beef eater gin tonic prop, but give your props some character. Make them big, just like my mustache. Props are great. If you remember Peter McKenzie, he used to be a prestigious speaker. He used to make his own props. If some of you might remember the big telephone, for example. Hilarious. Props are helpful because they wake up your audience. Some people like to use a funny PowerPoint as well. It's not my personal favorite because you switch off the lights and then you give the audience a chance to fall asleep. It doesn't quite work. Props are helpful because they make your speeches memorable and it gives you the surprise element. How about this one? I'm not stereotypical Spanish, but it's so warm. So these kind of props are really helpful. Number 3 and 4 combined together is, I have it here, my grandpa's secret, which I will share with you. And this actually reminds me of a story. Last year, I was flying back from US to Barcelona, and then I got pulled in for some extra security check. They were thinking I'm a Hindu suicide bomber. Well, I looked like a terrorist, but I told the inspector, "Sir, I'm Indian." No, I said, "Sir, I'm Indian." Indians love working at the airport. Blowing up an airport is counterproductive. Why would I do that? So I got away with that. It worked because I had used the same line the year before at another airport in the US, and I had practiced this before. And that's number 3 and number 4, prepare and practice. If you prepare and practice, you can teach yourself anything these days. When I do stand-up comedy, when I prepare for stand-up comedy, I prepare my punchlines a zillion times in front of the mirror, again and again and again, until I laugh myself and think, yes, that's funny. That's the kind of preparation you need for humor. Question. Yeah, but how do I do it? There are different ways of adding humor to your speech. A couple of them that I would recommend, that I use. One is self-deprecation. Always works. If you can make fun of yourself, you can make fun of anything. Like, for example, last week, someone asked me, "Hey, do you know of a good plastic surgeon?" And I said, "Would I look like this if I knew of one?" So you can make fun of where you come from, of your physical appearance. Self-deprecation projects that you're humble, just like me. The other thing that if you dig deeper in your brain, you will find, and you could use, is exaggerate, exaggerate, exaggerate. Hyperbole always works. You could say, "Oh, I'm so hungry." Or you could say, "I'm so hungry that I could eat the entire cow right now." Well, I'm Hindu, it's politically incorrect to say that. But I'd rather say, "I'm so hungry I could eat 10 horses right now." Hyperbole reflects strong feelings and it elevates your speech. These are my top 4 tips for you, which I want to give this humor kit to you for free. Only if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I already have like a lot of subscribers. A lot. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So just to recap quickly, let's see if you were listening. The 4 P's to add humor to your speeches. The number 1 is
Punchlines.
5-minute impact punchlines. The number 2 is
Props.
big and noisy props. Number 3, and number 4, practice. Prepare and practice. These are the 4 P's you could use in your speeches to give it a bit more spice. Humor, ladies and gentlemen, is like flying. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it's dangerous. But it's fun. Humor is probably the most funniest thing to happen to mankind. Don't lose it. Use it.